soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First down gets him a yard to the 26. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 37. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
Well, the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Off the option, here's Henry. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A quick throw complete out to Isabella. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. A quick throw here out to Brown. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Titans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now they try the right side here. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 27, Love. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off the play fake, Love. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Love looking to throw it. He's going to let it go again. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Love. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing, Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores, a 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action. Love to throw. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Here's Love. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. This will go to Henry out wide. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Titans would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. A short kick taken at the 18.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Taking it about the 1.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They go play action here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Titans.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is
and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll go with the keeper. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Seahawks 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Working out of the gun. Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw now. Here's Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Going back to Love. And he comes back with one complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Love. And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. To the air again, Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
First down, going to the air with Love. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? Looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Love throwing for it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. Two running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Titans, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.